Taidong's Hot Air Balloon Festival brings magic to the skies. From July to August, people come to Taidong from all over the world. They watch the hot air balloons float over the area's beautiful mountains and rivers. Some balloons are shaped like animals, cartoon characters, and even famous people. In addition to watching, visitors can take short rides in balloons tied to the ground. If they are brave enough, they can also go on a free flight ride high in the sky. As long as you follow the instructions of the pilot, you can enjoy the wonderful view from the air without any worries. The festival isn't just about balloons, though. It also has music, food, and fun activities for families. At night, there is a special event called the Night Glow, where balloons light up like lanterns. It is a magical sight that everyone loves. If you don't know where to go this summer, don't miss this amazing festival. It's a chance to see the sky filled with color and experience the magic of hot air balloons.
Today's warm-up quiz is The candlelight gave the room a warm 然后后面是 blank 大家觉得要放哪一个字呢？ A. Concert B. Kidney C. Glow D. Explosion 我们等一下再来找出答案哦。
You have 15 seconds to think about it. Time's up.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome to English for You. I'm Mike.
I am Chickling.
And we are back soaring over the beautiful landscape of Taidong in the lovely southeast of Taiwan. Well, we're not, but in our imaginations we are. And I'm sure the pictures in your magazine you can see there, they are showing you lots of beautiful shots of colorful hot air balloons floating over the mountains and hills and valleys of Luye Township near Taidong, which of course is a city down here in Taiwan. As we get to our article, it says, from July to August, people come to Taidong from all over the world. They watch the hot air balloons float over the area's beautiful mountains and rivers. When something floats, it kind of rides or sits on a current of air. So think of one of those birds with really big wings. And it's not like flying, it's not flapping its wings. It's kind of using the wind to kind of just sort of glide and float and soar. That's what we're talking about when we say float. Another way you can think of floating is when you're on the surface of the water. Maybe you're sitting on a tire or on like one of those beds filled with air. And you're not swimming, you're not going down, you're not diving down, you're not, pushing yourself along by kicking in the water. No, you're just kind of letting the water carry you along. You're floating along. It's also sort of, I guess, like the feeling of being in space, right? In space, you're not being pushed down or pushed around by gravity or the wind. You just kind of float in the middle of the air, like you're not moving. For example, as soon as the little boy let go of it, the balloon floated up into the clear blue sky. So it wasn't flying up, it was floating up because it's lighter than the air around it.
Float 就是飘移、飘动，你也可以飘在水上，不一定是飘在空气中哦。The leaves were floating on the surface of the lake. 你知道落叶掉在这个水上，它就会在这个湖面上漂浮。或者是说呢，我刚刚的心中好像跑出了一个想法，你就可以说 An idea just floated into my mind. 所以在每年7月到8月，来自世界各地的游客就会涌入台东，欣赏热气球漂浮在美丽的山川之间。
All right, it says some balloons are shaped like animals, cartoon characters, and even famous people. Wow. In addition to watching, visitors can take short rides in balloons tied to the ground. Okay, that's pretty cool. And yes, you'll see the balloons. Of course, many of the balloons are in that traditional balloon shape, right? Which is kind of like an upside down tear shape or teardrop shape. So that's, of course, you'll see a lot of them like that. But they'll also see many, many creative balloons. They're shaped like animals. They're shaped like famous cartoon characters. I think we mentioned SpongeBob or Hello Kitty or things like that. Pikachu. I think I've seen a Pikachu balloon. And even famous people Wow, that would be very interesting. I wonder what kind of famous person gets turned into it. You got to be pretty famous. Well, I can't think of it. The Michael Jordan balloon.
Yeah, that
would be kind of cool. Maybe there's I don't know, maybe there's a Chiang Kai-shek balloon or a Lee Teng-hui balloon from Taiwan. Who knows? I mean, that's actually a reason to go down to see what kinds of interesting balloons you'll discover. So it says that, and then it says in addition to watching. So along with watching, of course, everyone can watch. If you go there, the balloons are in the sky. You're looking at them. You're watching them. But in addition, also along with the watching, visitors can take short rides in balloons tied to the ground. So I guess this will cost you some money. And I imagine you'll probably have to wait in line because a lot of people want to do it. But you can actually go up in one of the balloons. The balloons are tied to the ground. So there'll be a rope basically holding the balloon above the ground. This is just to stop the balloons from going away, because if the balloon goes away, they have to land miles away, and then you have to get back to where you are, and that could take hours. And of course, it would also be dangerous to have all these balloons moving around with people in them, with passengers in them. If people get hurt, that would be a terrible thing.In
addition to doing something, 或者是 in addition to 加上一个什么东西，就是除了什么东西之外是有包含在里面的哦。所以有些热气球的造型像动物啊、卡通人物，甚至是名人。而且除了观看气球，你们还可以搭这个细流热气球，去体验一下短暂升空的感觉。
All right, so that's the simple one. That's for the baby balloon people like me who've never tried a balloon. But maybe if you want to do something a little more exciting and probably more expensive and which will take longer. It says if they are brave enough, so if you have the courage, if being in a balloon tied to the ground is boring for you. So if they're brave enough, they can also go on a free flight ride high in the sky. So this is actually a balloon leaving the ground, going way up in the sky and getting blown around by the wind. And yes, you will end up probably quite far. Because of course, balloons, they don't have an engine, right? They can't turn and stop and decide where to go. They go where the wind blows. That's about it.So you will actually be traveling away. I guess they have a way to send a car to find you or something like that. But that would be very interesting. It says, as long as you follow the instructions of the pilot, you can enjoy the wonderful view from the air without any worries. So there will be a little bit of safety involved. And of course, whenever you're in a balloon or on a plane or on a boat too, the pilot, the captain, the person in charge, you have to listen to their instructions.Because they know what to do, they know how to be safe, and you should follow their rules and things like that. In this case, the pilot is the person who is in charge of the balloon. We often use this for the person who is in charge of a big machine, a big vehicle like an airplane or a boat. It says you can enjoy the wonderful view from the air without any worries because these are professional people.There might be a small chance of an accident, but most likely you can go up and have no problems at all and just come back with wonderful memories from this thrilling experience.
OK, 这边出现今天的文法 Let's take a look. 我们今天的 language and focus 讲到的是 if 的条件句。那么 if 因为它是从属连接词哦，它是用来带领 if 的副词子句跟主要子句连接。if 所引导的子句呢是用来表达条件，我们又称为条件子句。然后这个主要子句呢是用来表达结果，我们叫做结果子句。那么这样子的句型呢用来表示可能会发生的状况，理解成如果怎么样的话就会怎么样哦。如果今天是第一类 if 的条件句，那就是代表现在跟未来都有可能会发生哦，我们就会有以下3种句型。OK， 所以如果条件子句呢跟结果子句搭配的动词都是现在简单式，代表这个是一个事实、习惯或者是普遍存在的真理哦。比如说 if you leave the book in the sun for too long, it fades。 好，这个是一个可能会发生的事情嘛。那么如果今天条件子句使用现在简单式，可是你的结果子句呢，我们是用未来简单式或其他的助动词，像 can, may, might, must 等等，代表这个是针对未来单一事件的假设。比如说 if Sarah studies hard, she might pass the exam with high marks。 或者是说 it's snowing heavily, we will be late if we drive on the icy roads。 代表这个都是未来会发生的事，针对未来单一事件的假设哦。那么第3种句子是什么呢？如果今天的条件子句我们使用现在简单式，可是呢你的结果子句是使用原形动词或者是 don't开头的祈使句的时候，表示是一个命令或者是建议。比如说 if you need help with your homework, ask your teacher or visit the study center。
All right, we also had some words there we should look at just briefly. We had the word instructions. Yeah, instructions are when someone tells you what to do or how to do something. They can tell you or you can read the instructions, okay? So I think most people have traveled by airplane. You know, at the beginning, they tell you how to put on your seatbelt, what to do if there's an emergency. If you buy a new machine, it might come with a little book, a little piece of paper, and it tells you how to use the machine, how to turn it on, how to turn it off, how to clean it, how to fix it. These are the instructions. So when you don't know what to do, someone will ask you, or will tell you, will give you instructions, or you should ask or look for instructions. Information telling you how to do something well and safely. For example, the instructions on the popcorn bag say to put it in the microwave for around 3 minutes. So that's what you should probably do.
所以 go on something 就是从事什么活动或任务哦。Instruction 是指示、吩咐或者是命令。刚刚麦克老师的句子里面说了 instructions， 我们这边有加了一个复数。这边指的呢，就是我们包装上面看到的那些指示，我们通常可以用复数来代表。那我们可以说 He followed the instructions carefully to complete the project， 或者是说你可以跟我指示一下怎么做吗？ Can you give me some instructions on how to do this? So we also saw the word pilot.
Yeah, we did. Pilot is a person who basically drives, although we don't use that verb, someone who drives a flying vehicle. So a pilot is in charge of an airplane. A pilot is also in charge of a helicopter as well. They will be the one usually sitting at the front of the machine, right, looking out through the window towards the front, and they have all the controls. They have that stick. They can make the airplane go up, go down, left, right. They decide where it goes, and they land the airplane. They're basically driving, or they're in charge of the airplane. Often we also call them the captain of the plane, but the pilot is actually what they're doing. They're kind of driving or piloting that flying machine. For example, the helicopter pilot had to really concentrate to land in such high winds. Yeah, pilots, of course, are well trained to be safe and to get everyone back on the ground without being hurt.
所以 pilot 就是飞行员哦，我们有驾驶飞机 pilot a plane。比如说 he learned how to pilot a plane when he was 20 years old。或者是说呢，你一直想要当这个 pilot， 你想要当飞行员，你也可以说 I've always wanted to be a pilot。所以如果你够勇敢的话，你甚至还可以去搭乘这个自由飞行的热气球，它是可以飞向高空俯瞰壮丽的景色。不过你还是要遵行这个飞行员的指示，你就可以放心的享受这一场空中的奇幻之旅。
And back in the article, it says the festival isn't just about balloons, though. So they have other things. It says it also has music, food, and fun activities for families.
所以这场嘉年华不只是热气球而已哦，现场还有音乐、美食跟适合全家同乐的活动。这个 isn't just about 就是不只是这个而已。
And of course, the music, the food, the fun activities, this will keep people there for a long time, all through the day. And maybe you should even stay at night, because it says at night there is a special event called the Night Glow, where balloons light up like lanterns. A lot of you know these are hot air balloons, and they go up by making the air in the balloon hot. And to do that, they have these kind of big gas burners, like what's on your stove, but times 100. And they burn flame, and that makes heat, and that makes the air inside the balloon warm and light. And so they rise, but in this case, I think they keep them on the ground mainly. They just all turn on their burners. So it's basically like looking at giant candles all across the land in front of you, and some of them will be floating up in the sky. Imagine how incredible that would be. Again, bring your camera. It says it is a magical sight that everyone loves. I think I've seen pictures of this, and it really is very magical, very special, and, really quite unusual and unique.
所以呢，我们有看到这一个light up 就是发亮照亮，那 glow 是我们今天的单字哦，它就是光辉的意思，所以温暖的光辉英文就是 warm glow。我们回到今天的 warm up quiz， 我们说的 the candlelight gave the room a warm 什么？我们答案就是 C 啦 glow， 因为有一个整个很温暖的光辉的感觉。所以如果我说哇，你的皮肤也太好了吧，有这种很健康的光辉的感觉，好亮哦， Your skin has such a healthy glow， 这样子也可以哦。所以到了夜晚还有什么？还有光雕音乐会哦，这个热气球在夜空中点亮，就很像很大的灯笼，就很浪漫，让人家很想再回去。所以他刚刚说到这个 magical sight, it's a magical sight to be seen.
Yeah, absolutely. We had that word glow. Of course, glow is a noun here. We're talking about the glow of the lights. We can also use it as a verb to glow, okay? And that's a soft light, the kind of soft light you might get from a candle or from a glow bug. We always call those fireflies. Also, they're called glow bugs. You know, think of very soft lights like you might see at night, or the lights of the land if you're up in an airplane flying over a city at night, all those lights glowing underneath you. It says the candle's warm glow made the room feel cozy and peaceful during the quiet evening when you're having a nice dinner. It's also good to have some candles there glowing on the table. The glow of the candles makes everything very relaxed and nice. And also magical. When we say magical, it could be about magic, right? Like Harry Potter stories or magical stories filled with magic. But it also means in a very general way, just very special. It was a magical experience. What a magical party I went to. What a magical day that wedding was. And that's kind of in our sentence. Everyone agreed that Lori and Tara's wedding ceremony on the beach was really magical. It was really special. It was beautiful. It was lovely. It's something we'll always remember. And it was really, really nice to be there with all these happy people. It was just magical, really nice and special.
所以 magical 就是很迷人、很神奇，它是来自于 magic 这个字嘛，大家知道还有魅力、魔法的意思。所以 the castle looked magical under the moonlight， 或者是说我们可以说哇，这个地方感觉起来好奇幻哦 ，this place feels so magical 也可以哦。
All right, back to the article. So, we've learned a lot about the Taidong Balloon Festival. If you don't know where to go this summer, don't miss this amazing festival. There's lots of things to do in Taiwan during the summer. Maybe this year you might want to go a little bit further than normal, down to Taidong, check out the balloon festival. I'm sure it will be magical and you won't regret it.
Wow, 这个感觉蛮赞的，有一个 amazing festival. Amazing. What does amazing mean?
Amazing is incredible. It's very, very good. I mean, it could be something that you don't believe, like, I saw an amazing thing. A guy who was dead came back to life. But we often just use it for things that are really good, like an amazing holiday. What an amazing pizza you just made. That's an amazing movie. You have to go see it. We're just saying it's really, really good. It's really incredible, really special. I tried that new pizza place. I'd say their pizza's good, but not amazing. So it's good, but not very, very good.
OK, 所以 amazing 就是很好啦，反正很好的东西令人吃惊都可以，或者是你什么事情做得很厉害。比如说 she is amazing at playing the violin， 代表她就是很厉害，弹这个什么小提琴很好。或者是说哇，刚刚那个表演太赞了诶 ，that was an amazing show。所以其实 amazing 就是一个很棒的字。
Back to the article, the last sentence says, the balloon festival, it's a chance to see the sky filled with color and experience the magic of hot air balloons. Not only will you see how magical they can look at night especially, but you might even be able to ride in one. And wouldn't that be a very special experience?
所以如果还没决定这个夏天要去哪里玩，大家就不要错过这场精彩的嘉年华哦，可以去看到漂亮的天空跟热气球，感受一下他们的奇幻魔力吧。如果大家不想错过我们更多精彩的 English for You 内容，要赶快订阅我们的 YouTube 频道，跟追踪我们的 Facebook。
All right, I think this is a good chat question because I don't think either of us have done it. How do you feel about taking a ride in a hot air balloon?
Very scary because I'm scared of heights.
Ooh, okay.
I don't think I can do it.
If it was tied to the ground, that short little one, would you do that one?
Not over a minute.
Interesting. Oh, not over. Okay. I don't know. I would want to. They make me a little nervous just because you don't have control over them, right? But really, when you think about it, there's a lot of balloons flying tourists around the world all the time. And we almost never hear about accidents.
Bring your wife and just hold her hand just like the whole time.
I think they're pretty safe. But you're right. Once you get in it and it starts to go up, it's not easy to go back down. So if you suddenly decide, I don't like this, you might still be in that balloon for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. So you should think carefully before you do it. But as I said, it might be something that's very, very special and very, very different from other experiences. All right, guys, we'll see you back here then.
Bye-bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Float. Thick fog floated across the road. It blocked drivers' view and caused trouble for people. Instruction. We're not sure how to start the project because our boss hasn't given us any instructions yet. Pilot. Flying a plane is not easy, and it takes a lot of training to become a skilled pilot. Glow. Although Peter could see the glow of the TV through the window, no one answered when he knocked on the door. Magical. Elsa had a magical birthday with balloons, games, and a big surprise at the end. Amazing. Kathleen has the amazing ability to learn a new dance in just a few minutes.